Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Well, we have some special guests here today because this is Lance and Stan. Lance has a mineral claim up here, and we're going to go check it out today. That's the plan, right?
That's right.
So who are you?
Well, I'm Lance, and I have a YouTube channel called Adventures of Shadow.
It's a good YouTube channel.
And after my little dog who's running around.
You'll see him.
Yes, you'll see him. And I did stake a mineral claim, and I want everyone to know that all rockhounders are welcome. I staked it to protect it for us, the rockhounders, because I didn't want anyone to stake over it and prevent me or others from being able to rockhound on it, because I thought it had some pretty unique material. But I'm really interested to see what you think of it.
I'm happy to give you my opinion.
Looking forward to it.
We are in southern Utah, north of St. George. And if people want to get a hold of you, your YouTube channel is probably the best way.
Yeah, Adventures of Shadow. Just leave a comment. I'll send you my email address, and you can email me, and I'll give you the exact GPS coordinates.
That's fantastic. Stan over here does not have a YouTube channel, but maybe we can change that.
I watch a lot of them. In fact, I kind of introduced these two.
Well, yes. all you need is one of these, and you can start your own. So we're going to leave the vehicles here, and Sarah, you want to show that? We're going to hike up the hill.
Up the hill, and a little bit further to the left. You can't quite see the peak from here that my claim is right smack dab on top of, but that's the direction we're going, up there.
And it's beautiful out here. It is the middle of August, and we just had some rain and some lightning and some thunder, and hopefully we have some clear skies.
I think we will, for a little bit.
Also, he does astrophotography, which I find amazing.
Well,
so
yeah.
Definitely go check out his channel. There'll be links down below in the description box, as well as up there in one of the corners. All right, so let's start walking. Whoa, hey there, buddy.
Shut up. Come on, back down. Back down.
There's been plenty of dog in that car.
Oh, well.
Okay, so chalcedony, and you have some botryoidal little bits there.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. You got
even
some fortification.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
And this shape right here, the kind of triangular with the quartz crystals in the middle, I find that quite a bit up here. And that beautiful purple coloring.
That's very nice.
I'm very curious about the delineation of the coloring.
It's temperature.
Oh.
Yeah, so like
okay.
Quartz crystal and chalcedony, you can have the same material and it'll form differently at different temperatures. The crystallization.
That will change the color?
I'm not exactly sure about that.
That's the curious thing to me, is the color change.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's just...
We need somebody with an XRF gun here locally that we can just like scan everything.
Aren't they like $28,000 or something like that?
They're about that. They're about that.
Somebody told me about them. I thought that'd be fun to have. I got online and looked at them. I was like, well, maybe not. This, I think, is one of the most unique samples that I found, just coming right off of this. This green is a mystery, and I'm thinking olivine, but...
It's possible. Maybe I can find my own piece and put it under the microscope.
Okay.
So.
Okay. You see those little crystals in there?
Yeah.
I thought at first it was a calcium carbonate. I mean a copper carbonate, but it doesn't react to hydrochloric acid. This is limestone, and it has chalcedony in it. So you find this on that mountain too, which isn't that interesting? Limestone, lava, and...
Have you dissolved any of it?
I have put hydrochloric acid on it. It fizzes like crazy.
Like throw a whole rock in a bucket. Bucket of acid.
Yeah, I need to learn some of these things from you.
Cool.
This was a pretty one.
That is very nice.
This was one of the first ones I found.
Little quartz crystals.
And then more of that, always finding that triangular shape. You find this frequently, and this one I thought was really cool. Was it this one, or was it? It was this one. With that, again, green right in the middle. That's a mystery to me.
Well, I think we need to go find some. Okay. And hey, the sun's coming out.
And
it's beautiful.
You do find an occasional jasper.
Oh, well, there we go. We'll keep our eyes open for those.
Cool.
All right, let's
go. Sarah's already pointing things out here.
is the one I have to look out for. Have to be sure I don't lose that. Oh yeah. They fall out once in a while.
Definitely different than what we have seen before.
Yeah, it's nice looking stuff. Or the first 3 finds of the day for us. Thoughts? Is this like mid-tier, low-tier?
That's mid.
Mid? Okay. Well, I'll put the... They'll go down there.
I think it's worth keeping. I think that's good. I would say it's quality-wise high tier.
Okay.
Size-wise mid-tier.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'm going to drop a little GPS pin right here for myself, and then if I don't find anything better, I can come back for them. That's the way to do it, because we got a ways to go.
Yeah.
So I have this little piece of, I don't know, very low tier chalcedony, but it has some of that green in it that Lance was mentioning that could be like, I mean, I'm not exactly sure yet, but we're going to try to find out. And that's what the microscope's for. That's kind of neat. Could just be rhyolite with color. Who knows right now? Well, yeah. Another little piece here with some host rock. We can try to do some identification on. He just found something.
Yeah, there's lots of these little pieces.
Yeah.
They get bigger as we get higher up.
Little piece of some got some host rock.
Yeah.
To be able to try to figure out what we got going on here.
Well, I look forward to that.
So this is kind of my own ignorance on display a little bit here. Before coming down to southern Utah, I guess I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't think it was going to be so green and wet in the summertime.
Yeah, it is more green and wet than I would have expected.
The white edging. I mean, is there a better name for it than edging? You know,
The crust?
the crust. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I mean, that's where material's cooling, that's where it's seeping into the host rock.
And my suspicion, and I can't wait for you to do some testing, is that might be opal.
I mean, I'll try to answer that for you. Hopefully we can find pieces that are a little bit more, well, I guess a little more crust layer, white layer.
We will. There's a lot of it up here, so
Great.
we'll keep looking.
YouTuber filming YouTuber.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's definitely more solid. That's got good color.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Here, you're my guess.
Oh.
I'm giving it to you.
And you're the local, so that's the local tax.
I think I got some already. Thank you.
More of that.
There's definitely good stuff here. Sarah, look. Could you drop these in my bag? Those are pretty good.
Yeah, those
Or
are
actually, maybe I'll carry them down and I'll show those guys
Okay.
what I'm finding. The secret benefit to going rock hunting with friends, if you have a camera, is sometimes they point stuff out for you.
Yeah, I've been on this mountain many times, so I'm excited to.
Well, you spotted it, but you let me pick it
I
up.
want you to have that.
He just wants me to do all the picking up.
Oh, it's a beautiful piece.
Well, I think it lands in the yellow bucket.
No, yours. It's
Okay,
yours.
all right. Well, thank you very much.
It's my gift to Sarah.
A gift to Sarah, but I carry it. You're finding some nice little plates. That one right there, that one's good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Could you dump these in my bag for me? And do you have a theory as to what we're looking at here?
I'm theorizing, and I did some testing, so I have some logic to think that it's olivine. It didn't react to hydrochloric acid, and it was attracted to a magnet, and olivine has a lot of iron in it.
Yeah. I think I might whack off a little piece of this because I definitely don't want to carry this full thing out.
How about this small one right here?
You gonna pretend to be surprised? That's a good piece there. I like that. That's very pretty.
Didn't have quite the color on the outside that the other ones did. Maybe that's why you didn't see it.
You're just better at this.
Oh.
Sarah's find, not my find. We made it. We made it to the very top. Look at the view up here is crazy.
Best Billy goat.
It's come from.
So this
We are back at the vehicles after the trek down, a slippery trek down, and we have all of our rocks here. That we got some fun stuff. Lance, thank you you so much for letting us come out and walking around. It was good to see you.
I made it.
It was good to see you. We might stop at his house and look at his yard rocks, but that's just for us. You guys don't get to see that. Those are special rocks. Sarah, thoughts?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, it was fun. We got to see some wildlife.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a lizard.
We saw a cow.
We saw a cow. We saw a shadow. He's not really wildlife, but he can be a little wild.
We saw a hunter.
Yeah, we saw somebody up there on the next mountain over. This has been great. I have a bunch of rocks that we're going to clean up and maybe do some identification on and try to answer some questions for this guy about some of the material up there. And I think that about wraps it. We're going to head back to the shop and break out the microscope and the picks and all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
And go check out his YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below. It's excellent and it's neat, like rockhounding and astrophotography and cool stuff like that. Cool stuff.
Cool stuff, but I go to currently rockhounding to learn. That's where I go to learn.
Thank you. We are back from Lance's claim. That was a fantastic little outing. This is the stuff that we brought back. Now, there are two different piles here because that pile over there is what I spent time kind of doing some identification work on, and we'll talk about that. But first, let's look at this one piece here. If you don't have trust issues, well, you're about to. We're going to look at this one rock under several different lighting conditions, and then maybe once we cycle through those photos, you can let me know what color you think this is. Because this is a good representation of one of the problems that we have on the internet with the color of rocks. We can really take a photo in different settings and really get certain colors to be more subdued or pronounced. So let me know what you think about those colors. So I have some answers for Lance. I did some testing, some work under the microscope, and well, let's just hop right into it. One of the more interesting pieces that we found is this piece right here. Now, you see there's some very distinctive shapes in that. Okay, so I'm pretty confident, based upon things that I have seen in the past, that those shapes are from rhombohedrals. So like that's, you know, a cube that's been like pushed over basically of calcite. So when this thing was forming, calcite was present, and then obviously chalcedony, silicas, quartz, that stuff is more durable than calcite. The calcite went away. And you can see that kind of represented here in these photos, kind of a little diagram of it. So calcite was present when the material was forming. You know, I saw there's obviously waterline and there's some fortification. One thing was that we talked about extensively was, what is this green coloration? Because a lot of the rock has a lot of green, okay? And, you know, it varies, right? So, like, you kind of have some lime green, and you have some, like, darker greens, and then you have pieces like that where you have some chalcedony with the green in it. And I believe it to be olivine. I believe it to be olivine, and that's what a lot of the color is coming from. There is one thing that I found that I thought was pretty interesting is under the microscope there are little tiny magnetite crystals in a lot of the material, and you can see them. They are very small, but we have some. This is a rare earth magnet on a string, by the way, if it wasn't obvious. But yeah, I mean, that's a decent little magnetic pole. So I can't remember if I checked that one. Yeah. So this is one that I took some images of, and there's very clearly little magnetite crystals in it. And I'm sure I didn't check all of them, but I bet there's more. So I thought that was kind of interesting. The white out there, this stuff is just more silica. And we can look at some of the photos where there's like the perfect margin, and you can see that it is just chalcedony that is white. And doing Mohs hardness testing on a bunch of this material, we're between a 7 and an 8. Now, I know sometimes people will lean towards, well, that must mean it's, you know, harder than normal. No, it could just be a 7.1. So that's my interpretation of the material. And
That one's quite magnetic.
oh yeah, so yeah, that probably has a bunch of little magnetite bits in it, which that's totally normal. Southwest Utah, we have a lot of like magnetite. Some of the host rock up there we were talking about, and I believe it's pronounced embryite. I'll put it up on the screen. It's like a welded tuff, and it's something that's new to me, but based upon the geologic maps and some other things that I have read since getting back, I believe that to be kind of the case up there, which it's just like a very silicated, welded tuff. So hopefully that answers a lot of the questions about the place and the material. It is very lapidary grade. You want a little water on that? Look
It's
at
about the same.
Yeah, it is kind of the same. But it smooths it out. There's a little bit of like surface weathering. So, yeah, I mean, very nice stuff. Very nice. This one had like some little bots on it. Some little betrayal bits. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's definitely a good spot. Some really interesting stuff that's not quite like other agate that we've seen in southwest or southern central Utah. The kind of straight lines, 90-degree, whatever degree that angle, the angles on them was really interesting.
I like that with this one. You can definitely tell that there's a little pocket of quartz right in the middle there. You can kind of see that more white spot in the middle.
I'm really used to finding agates that have a quartz at the center. Some of these do, but it's pretty small.
I cannot wait to get the lapidary shop up and running so I can do some cutting and polishing of some of this material. I think it's going to look absolutely fantastic.
A lot of it's just the face is like ready. You just gotta polish it.
I will say, if you decide to take Lance up on his offer to go out to his claim, be forewarned. It is steep at times, the rock can be loose, and all the good stuff is up at the top.
I'd say, I wouldn't say all the good stuff is up at the top. It was pretty good though. Usually
That's
the
true,
whole way
yeah.
up.
But
it was pretty steep kind of most of the way
most
up.
of the way, I
so-
would say it was steep, and the rock is not like, well, I don't know, well cemented in place. It's definitely sloughing, so.
Yeah.
But overall, very happy with it. It was fun. Like, you know, we spend a lot of time just me and you rock hounding. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to go out with some other people, hear their thoughts on things, to have different takes on it. And I like Lance and Stan.
Yeah, they're
So-
great. They're good guides for the helping us learn about the area.
Well, let me know your thoughts down below. What would you call that color? Is it pink? Is it actually a gray?
Purple.
And purple? Velvet? A velvety purple? Lilac?
Yeah.
Pastel? Is this an Easter agate?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.